Hi, I'm CJ and this is my RC channel. In this video I'm going to be unboxing another 2-meter glider. This is the F3-RES 2-meter RES, rudder elevator spoiler. And this is another of the competition grade gliders that I've been getting out of Europe. Specifically, I got this through HyperFlight. Their website is hyperflight.co.uk. I've used them quite a few times. Excellent vendor, very responsive, great customer service. Anytime I've had any questions or anything, they've always been extremely helpful. Great people to talk to. They're very focused on gliders and they have a lot of knowledge in that arena. They get a lot of kits that are very hard to find. A lot of them are sourced out of Germany, other locations. Great kits though. Everything is usually either CNC'd or laser cut parts. Carbon fiber within what is allowed for the various classes. And some nice products like, they're one of the places you can get Aura cover. This is a very light covering. It is, as far as I'm aware, it's the second lightest covering, and it is the lightest of the transparents. The only thing that's any lighter than this is ParkLite, which is a Hangar 9 product. That is, let's see, ParkLite is 0.12 ounces per square foot, and Aura cover is 0.18 ounces per square foot. So not a huge difference. But the advantage of the Aura cover is that they have transparency and a lot of a much broader range of brighter, more vivid colors, metallics, chromes, that kind of thing. So what I've got here is a transparent orange and transparent white. So I'm going to go ahead and move the camera and so you can see what's in this a little better and unbox this. This is the kit that I mentioned in previous videos that I'm planning to make a second fuselage for. I'm going to make one powered and one just regular high start launch. Just an FYI, HyperFlight does a very good job of packing. As you can see from this box, there is absolutely no damage or denting or crushing whatsoever. Even though I'm in the United States and this was shipped from them in Great Britain, they use very hard, thick cardboard outer boxes, and then this was contained inside that. Okay, so here we have a rundown of all the different parts. You usually don't get this kind of listing with a glider of this type. And we can already see that everything is very nicely cut. I'm not sure if this I think is CNC'd. You can tell by the way there's no scorching and that the cut lines are a little bigger. So we have some nice thick balsa. There's going to be our nose pieces, and these are for the tail. And that'll get sanded down once those are stacked and glued. Nice big logo sticker, name of the plane. Looks like we've got some very thin steel cable. So I'm assuming that we're going to be doing a pull type, possibly with a spring or a pull. We'll find out about that later. Got some aluminum rods, got some carbons. I believe the aluminums are to be mounted in the wing and then the carbon fiber rods are the actual joints for putting the three pieces of wing together. And here we have some carbon fiber. Those are going to be our braces for the dihedral on the two outer sections of the wing. Let's see what else. We've got some magnets. Looks like there's a variety of different magnets. Some of them are really small. Those are probably for the spoiler. And there's our tow hook. And some nice nylon screws. I assume those are to mount the wing. Possibly also the tail section. We'll get into all that later. It looks like there's several pairs of those, at least two pairs. So those are probably, the smaller ones are probably for the horizontal stabilizer, and the thicker nylon screw is for the wing. And the wood is just excellent quality. Some nice ply here. We have some nice balsa parts. So these little pieces here, these little half ribs, are for the leading edge, and by alternating a full size rib and then a half rib and then a full size rib and then a half rib, or even multiple half ribs, you eliminate the need for sheeting. It keeps the forward edge of the covering from kind of just dropping in and not giving you a complete airfoil. We have some fuselage sides, and these are jigs. You use these pieces, and a lot of kits don't include stuff like this. What these are going to be used for is aligning all of the ribs and making sure you've got equal spacing and that they are perpendicular to the work surface. Here we have more wing pieces, I believe. Not sure. This could be trailing edge, and it's a nice thin ply. I'm willing to bet this is trailing edge. That'll make for a really nice trailing edge because it's such thin plywood, and that's a great way to go versus balsa, because balsa, once you sand it really thin, it doesn't have the resilience and the stiffness that this plywood is going to have. I like that a lot. Here's some thicker balsa. These are probably some spars and our pieces for our tail section. This looks like pieces for the horizontal stab and our rudder there. Okay, let's see what's in here. So let's look at this first. Okay, I am betting that these are our leading edges right here, these two carbon fiber rods. This is our tail boom. You can see that it's pre-slotted for the rudder, and it's pre-drilled as well. So that's going to make things a little easier. Already got a slot cut here for a that might just be for the rudder, the pull on the rudder, or this is probably the pull for the rudder, and this is probably for our stabilizer. I may end up not using the cable and springs. I may decide to go with very thin carbon fiber push rods. We'll see how that goes. And these pieces are going to make up our spars, our main wing spars. And then we just have some stock here. This is looks like 3/16 by 3/16 probably. And we've got a little triangle stock. Some of this may be for the fuselage, and some of it may be for other things, maybe in the wing somewhere. We'll see. So that's pretty much the breakout there, and I am betting that what we have here is a full set of rolled plans. There is a manual online. I was able to download that, and as I recall, it's English, which is always nice, or it's a translation. Oh wow, not only do we have full-size plans, but we've got pictures of all the part sheets. So if we separate things, or things get separated in transit, we know what's what. That is really nice. And that is one big sheet of plans. Wow, let me move the camera a little bit. So as you can see, we have full plans. There's one of our outer wings. Here's our other outer wing. There's our center wing section. Full fuselage, stab and rudder, cutaways on the fuselage. That is just beautiful. This is something that you really don't see much anymore, and almost makes this kit worth getting all on its own just to build this. And yeah, here looks like we got a piece of spring wire here. That's and for the rudder. So that's kind of comes out of the F3-RES build community. Very light build techniques. DLG gliders. You still see this kind of stuff. Some people like it. I prefer to have either a pull or to have a control rod, and so that's probably the way I'm going to go. I don't like relying on the spring long term, but that's just me. So as for the second fuselage, I will make a decision and let you know as I'm doing the build, because I'll be building it simultaneously. The second fuselage that I'm going to build to go with this plane, one will be powered, and I think what I'll do, because they have such nice cutaway pieces here, and this is really beautiful curves, I think I will use the standard fuselage parts that come with the kit, build this straight up as a glider, and then I will build a powered fuselage to go with that, and that way I can worry about space. But they've really given a tremendous amount of space. I mean, that is how much room. I mean, even if you go to the edge here, if you wanted to make this a powered glider, that is plenty of room for motor and then battery, and then all this space left for receiver and servos. You could even mount the servos potentially laying flat underneath the wing. There's not a lot of room, but we're talking micro servos, so there's a lot of options. But yeah, building this out as a straight up glider, it's really nice to have this extra nose, because that way the battery can be used to fix the CG by moving the battery forward and back, and not necessarily having to add any unnecessary weight in the form of lead to make this nose heavy enough to balance on the center of gravity. I love it when a plane is designed with a nice long nose that allows you to move the gear to set the CG instead of having to add weight to set the CG. Well, that's pretty much it for this video. I'm going to be doing a full build video. Any interesting things that come up along the way I will cover in full detail, and I will show you the entire build up and, you know, maiden flight, ongoing flights, the whole 9 yards. I'm going to be doing a lot of flying this spring and summer, so you're going to see a lot of gliders. And right off the bat, I would recommend this glider to almost anybody, because with these plans and the relatively simple construction using the carbon rods for spars, this looks like an easy plane to build, and from what I've heard, it's an excellent flyer. Even though it's made for competition, it's supposed to be reasonably docile and can make for just a nice fun flying glider, just a weekend flyer. But it has the potential to be built extremely light and flown in RES competition. Again, if you're interested in purchasing this excellent glider, the only company I know that is sourcing this is HyperFlight. That's hyperflight.co.uk. I'll put a link down in the description to their website. Well, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you've learned a little something about this glider, and maybe this has piqued your interest in the RES class and or building this particular glider. Please click like. Please subscribe to my channel. Please click the little bell icon. You click the bell icon, you'll get a notification when you're logged into YouTube. Anytime I've put up a new video, you'll get notification of that. I'm going to be doing a lot of videos this year. I'm probably going to be doing as many as 3 to 5 videos a week. So please sign up, and please leave any comments you wish. Thank you.